Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our What is Coaching call. So we are so excited to have you all here. If you're joining live or watching the replay, there are 5 of us coaches here tonight who are going to share our story. And this is going to be a casual Q&A. So if you are listening to the replay or listening to this live, then you'll hear us talk casually about what we do as a coach. So you'll learn all the details about what it's like to be a coach and, you know, just the ins and outs, and you'll also get to know us better. So we wanted to just come together casually and talk and share, and so you could all get to know us and see if it's something that you want to be a part of. So awesome. Thank you so much. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We'll each share our story 1 to 2 minutes, and then we'll go into the questions. So Heather, would you like to start with your story?
Sure, I'd love to. So my name is Heather Moonka, and I have been a coach since 2010, which is just crazy to think about still. It was something that I started to have just on the side as something fun. I never expected to really make money from it or turn it into a business or a career. But what happened in my life was my career actually ended up not being what I expected. It's a long story, so I'm going to keep it brief. It didn't end up being what I expected. And so I turned to this business as a way to kind of get back on my feet and to kind of focus my attention until I was able to maybe figure out my next steps. But I have not set foot in another office since then, because I dove in with both feet in this business. And I just feel so thankful that I've been able to, you know, it's hard work, but you get to be surrounded by these amazing people. And it has just been such a life changer for me and my family too. We have so much freedom now because of it. So in a nutshell, that's my story.
Awesome. Thanks, Heather. And Heather invited 2 of her coaches here. So if you would like to ask one of your coaches to share their story, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'd love to have Erica Yeager go ahead and unmute and just share a little bit about her story. She is just an amazing human, but also, I mean, she is just fit as can be, and I'm always just so inspired by her. So I think you'll love hearing a little bit more about her.
Sure. So I started coaching a couple years ago, actually, but joined as a discount coach. I was working full-time as an HR director for our local county, and was just really loving the products and fitness programs at the time. And then I was talking about it like I would my favorite pair of jeans. So my upline coach at that time, presented it to me, and I was not, the quick sell on that one. It took me a little while. And then I went to a Super Saturday just for fun one time with my husband, and was just sold. And so I started coaching part-time, and then left my full-time job in June of this year, and am now doing this full-time. So.
Congratulations, Erica. That's so awesome.
So awesome.
Woo!
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. It was so fun to see that happen for you. And also just, I know that there's so many things that came together this year to kind of make that happen, for one thing, but to have this as something to, kind of always think, have it in your back pocket, to have that is just amazing. So super proud of you for that too. The next coach that I'd love to have speak is Asta Carvalho, and she is actually our coach from Canada. So I love that we have coaches from Canada, the UK, America, and now France even. But I didn't just pick her for that. I picked her because she is just such an upbeat person, but also she is somebody that is, I think, consistent is one of the words that I would just pick out of the dictionary and be like, there she is, because she's always there and she's always just got a smile on her face. So I think you'll love hearing a little bit more about her too.
Oh, thank you so much, Heather. Hi, everybody. My name is Asta Carvalho. I have been a coach now part-time for the past 3 years. I actually just celebrated my 3-year anniversary in August. And my story is kind of a little bit different. I was extremely unhealthy about 4 years ago, back in 2016. I was almost 250 pounds, and I was just recently married, and I was living on junk food, all the soda, all the garbage. I was very inactive, and what made me want to change was finding out that fertility was going to be an issue for me and my husband. We had been trying for a few years, and that really kind of hit the nail on the head for me, and like was my big wake up call. Like, you need to get your health in order. And I had somebody asking me to try 21-day fix for like 6+ months, and I said, okay, I'll try it for 3 weeks. I'll see how it goes. Well, 3 years later, here I am, and now I'm paying it forward on the side on top of working full time. So I'm just so grateful to have this opportunity.
That's so awesome. Thank you for sharing your story, and congratulations to you as well. That's so awesome on your health and fitness goals. So way to go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's awesome. Well, I'm excited to introduce Dusty here from Colorado. She's going to share a little bit about her story. And something I love about Dusty is she's overcome a lot of obstacles, and she just rises above. She keeps going and keeps moving forward. And so she's going to share her story. And thanks for being here, Dusty.
Hey, thanks for having me. So like Shannon said, I'm Dusty from Colorado. This December 29th, I will have been a coach for 6 years. And when my whole journey started, I was teaching high school math, the subject that all the kids like to go to, right? No. And I hated everything about what I saw in the mirror. I was so just unhappy, and little did I know the step I was about to take was going to change everything, because something even bigger was going to happen. I saw somebody's ad for a free walking challenge, guys. That is how I even heard about this. I didn't even know her. And so I did the free water and walking challenge and got a challenge pack into her next group. And then I got diagnosed with cancer. And through the whole thing, so it was melanoma, skin cancer, and through the whole thing, you guys, the challengers and my coach were closer to me than my family. Like, they were checking on me every day. They were having conversations, making sure I was still going. And for 6 months, I did the challenge group with my coach saying, Dusty, you're paying full price. Like, hey, how about, you become a coach or discount coach, just get a discount. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And so 6 months into it, after realizing these people stayed with me through my whole intense cancer journey, I decided to be a coach to pass that on, because that kind of friendship and accountability you can't find. And so since then, 6 years ago, I have just been paying it forward, helping people get the results that they're looking for. I have a challenger right now. She's getting married in 3 weeks, guys. She's had her dress altered 3 times because it keeps being too big. And she's like, Dusty, what do I do? So getting things like that, getting results like that in times when everything seems like it's crazy, that makes this so worth it. So yeah, I've gone through a lot. I did the cancer thing. We had a lot of miscarriages. We did foster care. I had a little one after I had my son, who was 14 at the time. We had another little one. It was such a blessing. And my challenge group and the accountability groups and my coaches, they're who were next to me through all of the journey. So there's my story in a nutshell, but I wouldn't trade these last 6 years for anything.
Thank you, Dusty, and congratulations to you. So inspiring, and love hearing all of these stories. So as you're watching, as you're listening to this, put yourself in someone's shoes here. I'm sure you can relate with one of us here, and I'll share my story as well. But, we all come from different backgrounds and all different situations. And that's what's awesome about being a Beachbody coach is, you can come from a different space and you can make a difference in people's lives, and you can truly make an impact from where you're at and where your story is at, because we each come from different spaces. So as you're listening to us, please step inside our shoes and think about your situation and how you might be able to, the best compliment we can have is me too. I've been there. I could do that too. And just, we are right there with you. The cool thing about being a coach is that our customers, you know, we walked the walk and, you know, got the results. You might look at us now and say, wow, they're so in shape, or wow, they're doing all this stuff, but we've all been there and we understand what it's like. And so, you know, when I first decided to be a coach, I'd already done Beachbody programs for about 2 years. I used them to get in shape after having our babies. I grew up as a gymnast, a runner. I ran a marathon, several half marathons, and fitness was a part of my life. I loved it. So to get to 199 pounds, you know, the day our baby was born, and just those feelings of, this is not me, you know, just feeling like I'm trapped in a body that's not my own, and just wanting to have energy. I would go to work, and then I worked at a full-time job. I worked at a corporate job as a public relations director. So I did that for about 7.5 years. I got my bachelor's degree, and I would go to work, sit all day, go home and lay on the couch and feel exhausted and, you know, not want to do anything. And so then after our second baby was born, I was kind of going down that road. My husband's 4 years younger than me. And so I knew I needed to work, but I didn't know what to do. And I heard this idea. So Brendan Burchard, if you've ever heard of him, we love personal development, personal growth. And he shared this idea on a video. He's super excited, super animated. And he shared this idea of packaging up your passion. So that's something else I would want to say to you is what are you passionate about? You know, what do you love? Do you love fitness? Do you love nutrition? Do you love helping people? Do you love, you know, making a difference in people's lives? And I was just thinking about what I could package up and what I could make a difference. And I loved the feeling that I had from doing these Beachbody workouts. I mean, people saw my transformation, and, you know, counting being pregnant was about 70 pounds, which was amazing, which I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a whole new person, just feeling amazing, being able to run a half marathon, feeling, you know, wearing smaller clothes than I wore even when I was in high school as a gymnast. And I was like, this is crazy, doing shorter workouts, working out less. I trained 20 hours a week as a gymnast, and I was getting better results. I'm like, this is amazing. I just wanted to package that up. I wanted to give that gift to someone else. And I was so excited to share that. And I think that's what's the best part about being a coach, I think, is, you know, we get to experience it ourselves. We are the first customer, and then we get to share that gift with other people, and we just get to pay it forward right alongside. You know, so when I first became a coach, I still had 25 pounds to lose. So if you're here and you're like, you know, I still have weight to lose, that's okay. You know, we're doing this with everyone that's in our challenge. So that's a little bit about my story, but we are so excited to have all of you here. Like I say, so I have a comment, 100%, my life is so much better and easier now, and I love my coach for inspiring me every day, from Sylvia. Thank you so much for sharing, Sylvia. It's been so awesome having you a part of this community. Love seeing all of your positive comments. So thank you so much. So we're gonna ask some questions here. And so the coaches on the panel, just, you know, go ahead and raise your hand if you want to answer it. And we're gonna go down some questions and just talk about some things we do as a coach. So the first question is, you know, what do we do as a Beachbody coach? So raise your hand if you want to share some things like day-to-day, what you would do as a coach. Okay, Dusty, go ahead.
It's not what you think, guys. It's not your typical coaching definition. Like, we check in, we inspire, we are there to motivate. We're there to be like, hey, Heather, you haven't posted your workout today. What's up? You know, what's going on? We're there. We are present. And we get to do all sorts of different, like, I get to run around after a 1-year-old all day, but I'm still working because I can still check in. And when I'm doing my workouts on a Zoom, if my baby wakes up, cool, no big deal, you know? We just, for me, as a coach, I get to live life. And while I'm living and doing fun things, I am helping people on their health and fitness journey. And that is basically the gist of it, I think.
Definitely. Yeah. Thanks, Dusty. I love how we can create the life we love and add this to it. You know, that's so awesome. Does anyone else want to add anything to what Dusty said?
I'll just add really quickly. I think it just starts, like just Dusty was just saying, taking care of yourself and then helping others see that they're worth taking care of themselves too. I think that's just that's like the overall big picture, I think.
Mm-hmm. I love how you said worth taking care. You know, I think a lot of us, if you're watching this and you have a job, or you are a mom, or you are married, or you have dogs or cats or anyone, you know, a lot of times we put everyone else in front of ourselves, and it's so easy to put ourselves last. And so understanding that we're worth it, and then, you know, helping inspire other people. So thanks for sharing that, Heather. Awesome. Well, the next question is, so how much can we earn? Does anyone want to share an answer to that? Okay, Heather, go ahead.
I'll do this one. It's one of my favorite topics. I think that sometimes when we do something that's good for everyone, we forget that it's okay to make money from doing that too. And so one of the things that this business really taught me was that it's okay to be compensated fairly for helping people, for taking care of yourself, for doing something better for the community and the greater good. So I want to start by saying that, but we earn in several different ways in this business, which is really cool. We start with retail sales. We earn 25% from retail sales. We can also earn bonuses based on our team growth, and we also earn bonuses based on our own production. So it's a very cool way of earning, and what I love about it too is that none of the bonuses are taken from anyone else. They are just specifically given to us from Beachbody, and I think that that's something that people don't understand. They think if we get a bonus, it's taken from somebody that we've brought on, and that's just not the case. All of our bonuses are strictly from the Beachbody income that comes in through the whole company, which is really neat. Personally, I wanted to take this one just because I wanted to share this huge milestone that I just hit in my own business. I just hit, and now a few months ago, but I hit the $1 million mark in my business, which is just, thank you. It's so exciting because this business doesn't feel like work. It's not a job that you go into. It's something that you have so much passion for, and I'm really proud of that. I want to just say that Beachbody doesn't guarantee income. It's based on your own level of diligence and skill, because it does take hard work. I didn't earn that money by just sitting and hoping. I did it by helping people, but that's what's amazing, is that I did it by helping people and helping my team succeed too. So how much can you earn? The sky's the limit. It is how much you want to put into it, how much work you want to do, and there's no right or wrong here. If you want to earn a little or a lot, then you're welcome to join us on the journey. It is completely up to you, which is really freeing too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Congratulations again, Heather. That's a huge milestone. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, so awesome. So awesome. And I loved what you said about helping people. You know, this is about helping people. So the more people we're helping, the more that we earn. And then as we add coaches to our team, then we can help even more people and we can earn even more. So it's pretty amazing. You know, I just wanted to add, as you know, being in the corporate world, I remember going to my boss and asking for a raise and getting $1 an hour a year, like every year getting like $1 extra an hour because I got paid hourly. And it was like a big deal to like go up a tiny little bit. And the cool thing about this, being a Beachbody coach, is we're running our own business. And so we don't have a boss. Like there's no one's telling Heather, like, Heather, you need to do your work today. You know, she can decide she wants to work as much or as little as she wants. You know, so setting our own hours and setting our own goals of where we want to go. And, you know, based on how much effort we put into it, how many people we help, then we can really grow it. And it's pretty exciting to see the growth. And I would also say, you know, success breeds success. So the more energy, the more effort you put into it, it's like a snowball, and it starts out kind of slow, but then as you build it and it grows and it kind of catches momentum and grows, and it's really exciting. So yeah, if you want to learn more about the compensation plan of the details, we have documents that lay it all out. If you want to go over it, I know that was something I wanted to read about. So, you know, ask the person that invited you and they can give you all the information. So the next question is, what are the benefits of being a coach? So this is kind of a broad question, but, you know, basically, how has coaching blessed your life? Like, you know, what are the benefits that you see in your life for being a coach? So who wants to take that question?
I mean, I can talk a little bit, and then Shannon, I think you should too as well, because I know that it has done some pretty amazing things for you too. But I think, some of the benefits, I worked in an office, and I had in a room that had no windows, and I always think about that when I go to sit down and work my business, because oh my gosh, like I just lived for 5 o'clock to get out the door and see the sunshine. And I just remember in the winter when I would be at work and it was dark, and I would leave and it was dark. And what this business has done for me is just being able to work my own hours. We have a beach that's about 10 minutes away from us, and it's like all summer we hit the beach in the afternoon. I get my work done in the morning and I'm there, because it's just such freedom. And that, I think, is something that I always knew I wanted. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't think it was actually possible. I had this vision, and I was like, this is what I want, but I just don't know how to get there. And this business really was the vehicle to get me there. I think giving ourselves raises is really cool. Just like your story, I was remembering a time when I was working and it was up for a raise for sure. It'd been too long, and the manager came over and slid a piece of paper across the desk at me and was like, "You're getting a raise." I was so excited. I turned it over, and I believe it was like 25 cents. I mean, and I had to pretend I was so very grateful for 25 cents. I mean, those moments just really remind me of how much this has just changed everything for me. So being able to have your own time, being able to have the freedom, being able to, drop things when you need. When my sister was having both of her babies, I was able to just drop everything. She's like, "Okay, I'm in labor," and I was there. I took a month off so I could just be with her, and those things are just really amazing. So just a few of the benefits, but yeah, I think Shannon, I would love for you to answer too, because I just know this has been big for you too.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Heather. I would definitely say the time freedom. So I remember going back to work. I had C-section. So my first baby was an emergency C-section, and then my other two were C-sections. So after my first baby was born, I went back to work 2 weeks after. So I had 2 weeks, no pay for 2 weeks. Then went back to work after a C-section. And after 2 weeks, which like a lot of people take more than that, but we couldn't, we needed the money, I needed to work. So I was sitting at my computer screen just crying because the emotions, and I need my baby. And, I loved my job, but I hated being away from my babies. And so, having my third baby was like such a difference, because I remember I was in the hospital. I wasn't worried. I actually got, a really great paycheck that week. And our challenges were still running because we had good systems in place and everything was flowing. And for the first time when baby number 3 came, I was not worried. And I got to do so many awesome things with our baby, having those first moments, like being there and, just having that time freedom. And so I was able to quit my job about a year after being a coach. I wasn't quite to the income I wanted to be, but I was working my way up to that. And so it was awesome because, now I've been a coach for almost 9 years, which is crazy. And our oldest is 11. So, at the time it felt like I was missing so much time, but now I look back and I'm like, I've been able to create so many memories. Like that's been my biggest goal, is to create memories. So if you look at my Facebook, I'm just always creating memories with my kids. And my focus every day is to create memories with my kids and then build my business around that. And so I think that's been huge. And then also, there was a point when my husband and I moved to a new state and we were both out of work. So that's why I quit my job, because we moved to another state. So I was starting my business. I'd gone in a little bit, about a year. But that's when I was like, okay, I can go out and get a job, or I can really make this happen. And my husband, was there at home watching our kids, and I was, growing the business, and we did it together and worked it up to a full-time income so that we could buy our first dream house in California. We've moved kind of all around, but of course, Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of income, but when you're focused on truly living the mission of helping people live a healthier, fulfilling life, and working on ourselves and helping other people, and just keep doing that over and over and over, Incredible things can happen. And, like I say, my priorities in life have been my focus, big focus has been my family. And I think that's every mom's dream, to be able to make those memories. So it's been pretty awesome. Does anyone else want to add? Yeah, Dusty, go ahead.
So I just wanted to say one of the biggest benefits that I've had, I mean, there are tons, but before becoming a coach, I was a full-time teacher. And if you guys are familiar, if there are any teachers on here, you're constantly being sent to different trainings, right? You're always having these meetings. And I never went anywhere with it. I didn't get a raise because of those trainings. I didn't get promoted. And it felt like I would try to do something and then they would change everything up. But the benefits of becoming a coach, the more I've learned, it's blessed my life. Like, coming into coaching, I was horrible financially. We were always in the red. I didn't make any significant big change income wise, but we're not in the red anymore. Why? Because different personal development is huge. You will love it if you become a coach, or if you're a coach already, you probably love personal development. It taught my husband and I how to balance our finances and not be in the red. I learned how to, just this year, my 15-year-old now decided to move to his dad's after 15 years. In the past, I would have just broken down and become a zombie and been in total denial of everything, and I'm a horrible mom. But I found personal development, and all of that has come from what I've learned from being a coach. It's constant learning, putting it into action, not just go learn this, but you're never going to use it. No, we're constantly growing and learning, and just seeing my husband and I and how we've grown in the last 6 years, it is insane. And it's because of this experience through coaching and the groups and everything that we do every day.
That's awesome, Dusty. You guys have grown a lot. It's been awesome to watch your growth and see where you're at. So I'm going to skip past a couple of questions since we're running lower on time, but a couple of the questions were, do you have to be in shape? So we talked about that. You don't have to be in shape to be a coach, or do you have to know all about health and fitness? No, you just follow Beachbody's health and fitness workouts. We get trainers give us the workouts, and nutritionists give us the nutrition plan. So we don't come up with that, which is awesome. So I want to move down to, we've talked about some awesome things, and I think it's helpful to know the good and the bad. So I want to hear, this is honest conversation. What are some of the hardest parts about being a coach as you've gone along in your journey? So who wants to take that question?
I want to put somebody on the spot because I know she's going to have a really great answer to this. Erica, I'd love to hear just what you feel about this, because I just feel like you're going to have something that people could really relate to.
Yeah. So the hardest part for me, while I was working full time and doing this part time, was finding the pockets of time to do this. I'm also a mom of 2 boys, both school age, and both enjoy sports, which I love to watch, but that keeps me running around everywhere. And then my husband is also in shift work. So just balancing that, a lot of times I feel like a single mom with his shift work. So balancing a full-time demanding job, a 2-hour commute to that job, and then trying to build this business on the side and raise my 2 boys. That was the hardest part for me. And then even as now doing this full time, now the hardest part for me is basically telling myself that this doesn't take 8 hours to do. This, being a coach, does not take 8 hours to do. And really focusing on, okay, now I'm home. I really want to get this business done within 4 hours, that's how much work I personally want to put into it. That can be different for everybody. And so, really focusing and really zoning in on that time. And so, I mean, what's helped me through that is definitely all the trainings and support that we get through Beachbody, our power hours and things like that, that really help us stay focused and tell us the vital behaviors and what to do. So that was the hardest for me, but I do feel like I adjusted to both because of the trainings we have.
That's awesome. Thanks, Erica. And I love how you talked about pockets of time and just, it sounds like it's really important to you. And so when it's important to you, finding those time pockets. So thanks for sharing. Awesome. Does anyone else want to share any of the hard parts? It's good to know the good, the struggles.
I can share on it.
Oh yeah, go for it, Heather.
No, I was gonna have Asta do it because I know she can. I know she's got thoughts on it too.
Great.
Yeah, so I currently still work a full-time job, 9 to 5. So sometimes for me, coaching can get kind of put on the back burner, but I want to flip that and just like tell you guys, like the biggest thing that this company has done for me personally, and I'm trying not to get emotional, was to put myself first. Because for years I didn't do that, and now I'm crying because I'm an emotional person, but this has literally impacted my life so much in such a good way. Like, I would have never met any of these amazing people on here. I wouldn't have been able to start running my own groups, find the confidence, working on myself, showing up to be able to take care of yourself and then help others. There's not a lot of jobs out there that have that. So it means a lot.
Oh, I want to give you a hug. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing. Dusty, did you have something you wanted to say?
Just wanted to say, sometimes the hard about being the coach is what we have isn't a quick fix. And our society has become, I need it now, I need the results now, I need what I need, and to try and change that mindset, because it's a mindset shift. Every success is a mindset shift, no matter what goal you're going for. And so trying to tell people and show them and be an example that, hey, it takes time. This is a lifestyle. This is not a pill you're going to pop. This is not a special magic drink you're going to drink. It's not something quick. It's a lifestyle. And it took you how long to get to where you are, to get miserable, to get uncomfortable, to get where you can't bend over or get on the floor to play with your kids. So it's going to take time to reverse all that back and to start living a life that is just so powerful and healthy and exciting. And so that's an obstacle. I had another one, guys, that just zooped right out my brain. But that's like a big one, is just that whole, we are not a quick fix, we are hard. I just did one of the hardest programs I think we even have, and I did it, and I had Sharon going, Dusty, you can do this. Dusty, if you feel like you want to quit, I don't know, but you can do this. And I did it, and it was like, wow, like after all these years, I still needed a reminder that, hey, this is tough. You're going to get the results. Keep going. And that's a hard thing to inspire people with.
Definitely. Thanks, Dusty. I appreciate that, because this is definitely, like, if you're looking for, getting rich like next week, or if you're wanting to wear a size 2 and you're a size 10 right now, like all of these things take time. And I think the cool thing about Beachbody is that we are creating long-term success. And so it does take time to get to where we want to go with the health and fitness programs or the nutrition programs or the business. But it's a long-term plan. And so we can create those habits that can last long-term instead of, just especially with weight loss, like losing it, gaining it, things like that. So yeah, thanks so much. Heather, did you want to add anything?
Sure, yeah. I think for me, the hardest part was just I think maybe putting myself out there as a coach, that maybe was hardest for me at first, because I didn't think that I could inspire anyone. I just didn't have that confidence yet. But what's amazing about this business is when you put yourself out there, you're so worried about the feedback, and because we have such a good community, first of all, and because we surround ourselves with the right people, and you'll continue to do that as you grow your network and who you're speaking with, you get so much love back and support that it fuels you. Instead of you being worried about it, you're so excited to share the next step that you've taken or the next progress pick. Like, I think that part has been really beautiful. And I think for all of us, we've all kind of had that transitional period where it was hard at first. It wasn't the thing I wanted to do, but gosh, your confidence grows so much from having these trainers in your ear all the time and having these positive people that you're connecting with. I think your confidence just blooms. And from there, you're able to just say, you know what, I have something that people really truly need. And me sharing this is a way to show them that I'm doing it. I'm not perfect. I'm here, and I'm not going to give up on me or them. And I think that part has been really fun, but it was tough at first, for sure. And even still, sometimes you have that little voice in your head that's like, don't post that, don't share that picture. And you have to just work on tampering down that voice and letting that positive one get stronger, which is why Dusty keeps bringing up personal development, because we really do believe in it. We really just thrive on that. It does make such a difference in your life. And I was somebody who was a no-go on that at first. I was like, I'm not doing it. And now I can't imagine a day without just pouring into myself in that way.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks, Heather. Personal development makes a huge difference. And yeah, I was like that too. Like, it's okay. But yeah, it's a game changer, especially right now. I think I was talking to Dusty about this today, and I'm like, this is saving me because
yes.
listening to anything on the news or watching social media, you can get down really easily. So this is keeping our minds, in a good space. So yeah, thank you so much. One thing I would just add on the hard is, I think sometimes it's hard to stay, and I think this is with any goal, it's hard to stay focused on where you're headed. It's easy to get stuck on the obstacles along the way, because there's going to be obstacles, just like I'll use the health of fitness, like you want to lose 20 pounds, but then there's a birthday, then your internet doesn't work, then this, all these obstacles, but keeping a focus on the long term, keeping focus on the possibilities. That's kind of been my new mantra lately, like focus on the possibilities, not the problems. And it's empowering also when we switch that mindset to what is possible, what can I do? I mean, even, my computer is not working, so I'm on this laptop right now. So that's why I'm like, okay, what can we do? We've got this. But yeah, just keeping that positive focus. So awesome. Well, let's just end with one more question. I'm sure you have lots of questions, and you can ask the person that invited you as well if you want to know more. But just ending with, what's your favorite way to find new clients to work with? So, I'm sure a lot of you are like, okay, this sounds awesome, but I only know 2 people. So how do, more than 2 people, but 2 people to talk to. So how do we talk to more people? What are our favorite ways? So let's raise your hand if there's a favorite way. Yeah, Erica, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to start with, when I started coaching, I didn't really have a warm market. So I didn't have family or a lot of close friends that were really going to be interested in it at all. And so I actually had to kind of look for the girl that I felt like I was through social media. I don't like to call it surfing, because I think I'm a recovering social media surfer because I'm too busy coaching now. But I just would go to, the local places, the local businesses around here that I vibe with. I happen to live in a busy beach town, so there's plenty of places to pick from. But I mean, even if you don't, just to pick, the nearest city or even a place you went on vacation, find businesses that you vibe with and that you're like, that's a place I want to go hang out with some girlfriends. And I go to their, followers and find people that look like I want to be friends with them, and just check them out that way. And then if they have thousands of followers, I'll even go to maybe a post that they shared, that business shared, if it's a cute outfit, or if it's a restaurant and it's like nachos and a margarita, that's my thing. I'm going to go to whoever liked that picture and or commented on it, and see if it's girls I want to hang with, because that's the people I want to work with. And so I just go through that list as well, whoever commented, just like I would the followers, find girls, you know, that I think I would click with. And when they go to my page after that, hopefully they do, most of them do, there's no doubt about what I do, because I share about it so much, but I also share a lot about my personal life. And so we can start connecting genuinely from there, because we have that common ground already. So it's not a stretch at all. So, you know, I think you just have to be specific about who you want to work with, and find those places that, you know, you vibe with, because these people are so much more than a potential customer to me. They are customers first, but sometimes my best coaches that have joined me were customers, and now we're like sisters. And so I look for girls that I want to be friends with.
I love that. Yeah, that's a really good way to say it. You know, just looking for people that you want to be friends with and who you want to do life with. So yeah, thanks, Erica. That was really good. Does anyone else want to share, you know, some of your favorite ways that you connect and meet new people? Go ahead, Dusty.
Okay, I have seen a lot of you talking about like your warm market. I'll just say my family is not, they aren't big supporters of me, and that's cool. So what I've found is that I would always kind of shut myself down with my warm market, but this coaching job lets me get out there on Instagram, on my stories, on my videos, and be me. And I'm crazy, I'm awkward, I say things, and people are like, that made no sense. But to me, it does. And to my tribe, it's going to make total sense. And so it's a place where I finally got to be who I am, unfiltered and I don't have to fit this mold. I can just be me, and I'm going to attract and be the person. I'm going to attract the people that are going to get it and going to be like, hey, I feel like that too. Like, I'm trying to be something and I'm not. So being able to get out there on our social media platforms and just be real. And it's cool because guess what? If you don't like something, you don't have to follow it, right? I know a lot of people have a hard time with that, but we get to attract the people we want, and the ones we don't, scooch. And it's a fun way to just be real and alive. And the more alive and real you are, I think the more your light is shining to attract your tribe that's out there waiting for you.
I love that. Thanks, Dusty. Yeah, attract your tribe, be you, and connect with people that get you. I really like that. That's awesome. Anyone else want to share something, a way that they like to connect with others? So one thing I'll add is I think it's, you know, we've touched on this, but talking to people as people, you know, we're not out there to try to sell things to people. That's something that I love about Beachbody is we truly want to get to know people. We want to learn about their stories. We want to learn about their struggles. We want to learn about who they are, and we'll connect with people, you know, in all different ways. So, you know, we've talked about some social media ways. I've done a lot in the community. So just joining different mom groups because I've moved a lot. And so I've wanted to get to know the moms in my community, joining different moms groups, or there's an organization called MOPS, you know, moms of preschoolers, and just connecting with moms in person, and then they'll connect with me online. So for example, you know, I just connected with 2 moms in the MOPS group that just started, and they both watched our video. We're doing a Biggest Slim Down contest on Monday, and they're interested, you know, but I connected through that group. So you can join, you know, in-person groups, and I think it's just fun to have friends that have common interests. But joining online, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, there's so many different ways online to connect with people. And the great thing is, you know, we have lots of trainings that you can be taken down, step by step. Here's what's working, and we stay up on the latest things that are working now. And Beachbody's great at coming out with trainings from top coaches as well. So great. Does anyone else want to add anything? Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you being here if you're here live or watching the replay. The next step is, after you've watched this and you're like, yes, if you're answering yes to, I would love to have a community to get in shape and feel healthier and feel better. So if you want, just to feel better yourself, yes, because the first step is to take care of yourself, and we'll help you have a plan with the fitness and nutrition. And that's even a great place to start. If you're like, well, I kind of want to work on myself, but I'm not quite ready to talk to people. Let's work on you first. And then the next step would be to, watch some of our trainings to learn what to do as a coach, and we can help you get started there. So if you are interested, please contact the person that invited you to this awesome webinar, and they can learn more about you and your goals and see what questions you have and answer any questions you have. So thank you so much for being here. It was great to see everyone here. Hope you have a great night, and we'll see you again soon.
Thanks, everyone.